Hello everyone, my name is Axel Fuentes. I am a student at Domicilio High School. A large group of students has been working on this massive project called the Aquaponics project. A project which combines the systems of aquaculture and hydroponics. Here to explain more is our science teacher and project leader, Mr. Gardner Watkins.
Alright, Mr. Watkins, so first question is, what is the Aquaponics project and what is its purpose?
Well, I guess we go with what is aquaponics. Aquaponics is really a combination of two words, aquaculture and hydroponics. Aquaculture is raising fish in a very compact area. So you have a lot of fish and a little bit of area. Hydroponics is growing plants without soil. Now, what is our purpose of this? The main purpose is to show our student body that we can grow things sustainably. And what I mean by that is you grow your own food. You don't have to go out to the grocery store and buy food that was produced hundreds, if not thousands of miles away. And the food is fresher, it's better, it tastes great, it's chock full of nutrients. You do this at home. Everybody can do this.
Fantastic. How did this project get started?
Oh goodness, when I first started teaching AP Environmental Science, we went on a field trip down to Piketon, Ohio. And OSU has a area down there that they do all the hydroponics and they do a lot of research on farming. Well, their big thing there was hydroponics. And I started looking into it, and they had hydroponics and aquaculture going at the same time. They didn't combine the two. Well, I thought, well, hey, I love aquaponics. I love fish. So I said, I'm going to start growing fish myself. And I started doing that about 8 years ago.
And how did you go about constructing all of this? Just how did you plan it out, and who helped you construct all of it?
Well, I've been through, this is about the 6th different system that we've had here at the school. And we've gotten a little bigger each time. The school should have stopped me a long time ago. You know, my next version is going to be even bigger than this, if they let me. I actually 2 summers ago went out to a farm that does this system, this aquaponics, where they actually grow lake perch in 2 big tanks, and then they've got grow beds like we have back here, and but there's 10 times larger than ours. So I copied it off of theirs. Now, students came in last year and said, hey, we really like this. We got the $10,000 grant from Channel 4, so we had money to build all this system. And Chris White, I don't know if you remember Chris White, many of the student body probably will. He graduated last year. He did his Eagle Scout on this and built all the grow tanks. Our product design students last year built the 500-gallon tank with Mr. Roscoe. And so it's been it's student driven. And poor Chris, we drove Chris crazy. He went back to the drawing board 11 times. Yeah, he had those big giant setups. He had them all drawn out, and so we got to change this, this, and this. And he just hated coming in to see me. Or we'd go in and talk to Mr. Roscoe, and Mr. Burns was still coming in quite a bit then. And every time we got together, but every time it got a little better. And it's really working quite well now.
Yeah. And how long has this taken to build and get to where it is now?
8 years. 8 years. Now, that's from the 55-gallon plastic drums we had 8 years ago to the system we got. To actually build this system here, it took 2 years, almost 2 years to make it. A year and a half of school time.
And what are you going to do with all the plants that you grow from here?
Well, we've already produced more than 30 pounds. 24 pounds have been given to the local food pantries. Another 6-8 pounds have been given to the students, the faculty, the support staff here at the high school. And I occasionally take a little home. and have myself a nice little summer.
Now, after that nice little interview, I asked him to give us a tour of all the systems. So we'll go to that now. All right, Mr. Watkins, so take me through the flood and drain aquaculture, please.
Okay, this is a flood and drain system, and this is something anybody can build. It's very easy to put together. It's just a miniature 4x2, and then of course 6 feet tall, but you put this in your home. It's not too hard. What we have here, if you come over here and look down in here, these are clay pellets that actually are very porous. A lot of bacteria live in there. That's good bacteria, not the bad bacteria. The bacteria takes the waste of the fish, converts it over to nitrate, so the plants absorb that nitrate, and you can see how well our plants are doing here. This is cucumber, and we see we got a nice cucumber here. We got a really weird one over here. We got 3 of them growing right here. Back here, we've got peas, or beans, I don't know. I think they're beans. So, and then we got some broccoli back there that needs to be trimmed down. But all these plants are absorbing the nutrients from the fish, and at the same time cleaning the water for the fish. What happens here, if we come on back down to here, and you'll see back in the corner we've got some catfish and then a bunch of bluegill all in here. There's a heater. This black little box in the bottom of the tank is a pump. It pumps water up every 15 minutes. It turns on, and it pumps water up to this point up here. This floods this entire system, and if you can hear the little gurgling, over on this side is a drain, but the drain is 8 inches from the bottom of the tank. So the water fills all the way up, and then it drains into those 2 I got 2 of them there in case one gets clogged. I always like to have backups in everything I do. And then it comes back down, and you'll see back here, we've got 2 lines coming down, and that's bringing the water back in. So it's pumping up there, then going down there. Now what's so great about this system is at the end of the 15 minutes, the pump stops, and the water drains back down through the pump. So it brings the water level back down to the bottom. The roots need to have oxygen. If they're not getting oxygen to them, they'll die. They'll basically just suffocate in all that water. So, but by having 15 minutes up, they get all the nutrients they need. Goes down, now they get all the oxygen. So it's actually breathing for the plants, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. All right, now the gutter drain aquaculture.
The gutter drain is just that, it's gutters. These are gutters you put in the side of your home. What we have down here is a pump that runs constantly. It's going up. It puts about 1 inch of water in that top gutter. Gutter comes over here. See a little black hose going down to that one, and gravity feeds it all the way down back to this one over here, and voila. Isn't that kind of sweet?
Yeah.
Now, and that brings the nutrients up to the plants. The plants do well. I really don't like this system. It's too difficult to get into. I'm hoping that some students will say, hey, Mr. Watkins, I want to make this better. Haven't had anybody do that yet, but I'm hoping. Now we do have an additional outside filtration system that keeps this system as clean as it is. And so we got a siphon system, which myself and the entire physics department here at Dublin-Sido High School have not been able to figure out. But this, if the electric stops and the siphon stops, because electric stop, we got a pump that's down here pumping water back up. This pump, if the electric pump stops, the siphon's going to stop. Well, most times when you have a siphon stop, you have to restart the siphon. This automatically restarts it for you. It's magic. I don't know. It works on its own. I have copied this from aquarium people that do this for their aquariums, just the aquarium hobbyists, and it works perfect. I've never had any problems with it. But it's going down, it goes down, it gets filtered out here. I got just that bedding material that you put in, like, for stuffed animals and what have you. And then it goes through the same clay. And these here, this here is just some lava rock. You see again the holes that are in it. That's where bacteria live. And they sit in there. The water drains through that, comes back up, and comes through here. So this system gets double the filtration system.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, here we are entering the deep water aquaculture room, the biggest one of the 3 systems. Now, before we start the tour of the system, here are a few clips from when Mr. Watkins and I first started putting water into the tanks. Okay, update on the project. We started pouring water in. So, we already got everything plumbed, all glued together. So now we're pouring water in just to test. So from here, through the hose, and up to this tank. From this tank into this one. And now this is going. After this one, it will go into that pipe and start filling the tanks on the other side. 4 out of 12 is now being filled. Already have all those filled right there. Water's still going. And I'm still cleaning up. So, yeah, this is going to take a while because we still have 8 tanks that need to be filled. Alright, here we are entering the deep water aquaculture room, the biggest one of the 3 systems.
Yes, this one is the one that's taken us a year and a half to build this system and put it all together to where it's running. Let's go back in here. We'll see Sierra dutifully working, siphoning out the gunk at the bottom of the tank. You got to keep, there's maintenance has to be done on the fish, and this is part of it right here. She scrubbed the inside of the tank and is now picking up all the gunk that goes along with it that came off the sides, and doing a great job. What we got here is water's being pumped into here. It's on and off. It turns on when the other system gets full enough, then it pumps it out. When it brings the water down to a level, it stops. But pretty much, if we kind of walk back over here, this is my settling tank. We got water coming from the tank. There's sometimes food in here, a lot of debris that will fall down in this water. You got to clean this out about once every week or 2, just so that it is not getting gunky on us. Then there's a pump in here. This black hose pumps constantly up to this first grow bed. This bed is 4 feet by 2 feet, and it is approximately 15 inches deep of water. Pumping water down into here. If it gets clogged up, there is an overflow here that will take it down to the bottom down here. But this one it's never gotten clogged up yet. Again, backups. Water fills this up, and if you come over here, you'll see that it is coming through this system here back into this one. So we see water flowing in here, and it flows all the way over here. Just a real quick side note, these plants' roots are in water 24/7. They're always in water. And like I said with the flood and drain, that if you don't get oxygen to the roots, the plants will drown. Well, why aren't these drowning? Because of this bad boy right here. This is a heavy-duty air pump. It's putting air into each one of these tanks. And I got air stones that put all these thousands of bubbles up, get into the roots, and the roots do outstanding. Okay, so the water comes through this way, hits this third one, this is tank 3. Tank 3 is connected to tank 4 through this tube, and it continues to flow through this way until it reaches tank 6. Once it reaches tank 6, I've got, well, actually 2 flows. This is the main one, this is the overflow. If this one gets clogged for some reason, this will be the overflow here. Comes back down to the bottom. Well, this bottom one fills up with water, and guess what we get to do? Go back the other way. And it's all connected. As the water's flowing through, the plants are absorbing the nutrients and cleaning the water for the fish. Comes back all the way back through again, back to this system. Here we have a diaphragm, and when the water gets to a certain height, it turns on the pump that's down here. The water pumps back up, back into our 500-gallon tank.
Fantastic.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And this right here, that's where I was getting my water flow from. That is not good. We got a little bit of water coming out here. That's okay. Occasionally we get, Sarah was cleaning up stuff here. That's what I was feeling, some water coming down. Now we found out where. Glad I caught it. But it pumps, there's another pump that's down the water down here, pumps water up to here. And these, again, our trusty little clay beads are in here, and they're full of bacteria, taking the waste of the fish, converting it over to nitrates, a two-step process. But I won't go through all the details on that with you. But it does go through a two-step process, turn it to nitrate, and these plants love nitrate, as well as all of our plants in this system here.
Fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I would not have been able to do this without all the student help. This year, last year, both have been just stellar as far as students go. They have been here. In fact, actually, you have been a big help at the beginning of this year. And Sierra's back here getting ready to fall in. And I have not had a student fall in yet. Shall we?
Yes.
No, we're not going to do that. I just as soon not have a student fall in, although I expect it to happen someday. I sometimes get my grandkids to come out here. I got 4 grandkids, and they help quite a bit too. They love to feed the fish and clean out just do what Sierra's doing right now. So, but again, it would not have happened without students. And this is a student-designed, student-made, student-developed system. I just kind of, maintain it for them when their students aren't here.
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the tour.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure. Come back anytime.
Yeah.
I mean that. I want you back here anytime.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Watkins, so what are the future plans that you have in store for this project?
Well, the future is very exciting. We are trying to build photovoltaic cells. We're going to do it right out here. I want to have 20 photovoltaics that will produce close to 6 kilowatts of energy every hour. Now, what we're doing is we're trying to get grants. We've got people coming in from OSU, people from Battelle, all working together to make this happen. We're also going to put wind turbines up on the roof, and we're going to have our students build those. We'll have students build and maintain the photovoltaics. So we're very excited about the future. It's way open. There's a lot of things going on.
Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, this room needs to be worked, and there's a lot of really good things going on in here. Students can, they don't have to be in my class to come in here. They could come in after school, they come in before school, and they can take ownership of this room. I want them to. And there's a lot to learn. You can learn how to grow your own food. You can, we have different types of systems, not only in this room, but also in the other room. So, there's all kinds of things people can learn. I would love for them to come in before or after school, or take my class. It's even better.
Once again, thank you very much for the interview. Now, I feel that this project is going to go very far in the future. I look forward to seeing how it changes and all the improvements that are made. And I also look forward to helping out more for the remainder of the year. Once again, my name is Axel Fuentes. Thank you very much for watching this in-depth look at the Dublin High School Aquaponics project.